Hey everyone, good morning. This is Sandy J. I'm coming to you live from the Churchill Downs racetrack in Louisville, Kentucky, where we are doing a peaceful candlelight vigil in memory of the 17 horses that were killed just this year in Churchill Downs racetracks, and also the over 400 horses killed across Kentucky racetracks since 2014. Now, as most of you would know, horse racing kills around 2,000 horses each year. So that comes up to a minimum of 5 horses a day. So just think about that if this happened in any other so-called sport where non-consenting athletes die by the thousands and yet the sport is flourishing. So that's what we are here to raise awareness on. Horse racing needs to be banned and it needs to end. So let me take you to our vigil. So we have activists holding tombstone signs signifying each of the 17 horses that were killed at Churchill Downs racetracks just in 2023. And we have wonderful, compassionate activists who have traveled from far. We have activists from Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky locals as well. So as you can, and we are definitely raising awareness. I'm going to see if I can offer some information. So would you like some information? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So the leaflets that we are handing out are from Horse Racing Wrongs, an organization dedicated to fully eradicating the horse racing industry. So now that we have each of our activists, let me turn the mic to those who would like to say a few words on why they are here and what brought them to the vigil today. So we have Vaishu from Indiana.
You bet on these horses, they pay the price for them. You buy tickets here, you buy tickets to their races. You have the power to stop us by not paying for their rights. Visiting these horses, horse racing should be banned. You need to stop coming here for people.
Perfect. Very well said. Thank you so much, Vaishu. Thanks for being here. Yep. Thank you, Ro. Thank you so much. We definitely do want horse racing to be banned. Yeah. Thank you, Henrika. Appreciate it. And Henrika and Ro are our Kentucky locals. Thank you so much for being a voice. Hey, Sabrina.
How can horse racing, when the participants are being held captive, this is, animals are not here for entertainment. The horses are suffering, and it's time for horse racing to.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sabrina. We are definitely taking all the steps to make sure that this industry does end, and we'll be the generation that ends them. So for those who are joining now and wondering what is wrong with horse racing anyway. So right from start to finish, this industry is riddled with animal cruelty, exploitation, and murder. These animals are bred solely for the purpose of racing. You see Churchill Downs behind me. They, not just Churchill Downs, but across the US, horses are bred exclusively for gambling, entertainment, and selfish reasons. After their breeding, most of the racehorses spend at least 20 hours in solitary confinement in such small stalls, which is equivalent to us locking ourselves up in a closet for most part of the day. I mean, who would want a life like that? Certainly no animal or no human. And the training that these animals go through, rigorous training, underlined rigorous. These are horses that are, if you saw from the tombstones that our activists are holding up, these are all 3 and 4-year-old horses that have had severely traumatic injuries that led to their eventual killing. Shattered legs, broken spines, broken necks, ulcers, colic, heart attacks on the racetrack. All this for what? For gambling, for entertainment. Haven't we learned our lesson from dog racing? Dog racing was banned in most states, on moral grounds too. Why are horses any different? Don't they deserve the same amount of compassion? And apart from the training, what is evident to people's eyes is the whipping. So you have seen the jockeys perched on the horses and whipping the horses left and right, because horses don't want to race exhaustively. If you whip a dog right here, the same way a horse gets whipped on the racetrack, you will go to jail for it, but not the jockey who whips the horse. If it happens on the racetrack, it's okay. It's part of the game, apparently. And you would also see, apart from the whips themselves, very inhumane tools like tongue ties, eye blinders, the metal bits that they use in the mouth, all for controlling the horse's every movement. They have no autonomy over their own bodies. That's why we said that the only solution to this is a ban. No reforms, no improvements, no blaming the age of the horses or the training or the jockey. No, it is a ban. This industry has had its time. It needs to go right now, and each of us needs to speak up for it. So as part of our vigil, each of our activists who are holding our tombstone signs, we will be starting to light the candles. So if you can combine the signs so you have one hand free so that you can grab the candle next to you. While our activists are getting the candles ready. I also want to take you through the 3 horses that died at Ellis Park. Ellis Park is also owned by Churchill Downs. May, June, and July of this year, there were 3 killings at Ellis Park, at the stall and the racetrack. So we are starting the vigil in memory of each of the horses. Now, yeah, it's pretty windy. So while we are lighting the candles, you can see the tombstones. Chasing RT, killed at Churchill Downs racetrack. Reason for the death? Horse staggered, collapsed, became agonal, died. And this tombstone, which says, Major General killed on May 2023 in training at Churchill Downs, came back lethargic and trembling, died in transit to hospital. Who wants to die that way? And why? lost in limbo, killed on May 2023 at Churchill Downs during racing, fell violently, multiple fractures, multiple ruptures. This is certainly not a death we would wish on our worst enemies. So why do we inflict this on innocent horses? And it's not enough if we just don't support horse racing. We need your voice actively to speak up against horse racing. This is animal slavery at its worst. Exploitation, murder, and cruelty that has no place in a civilized society. These are all 3- and 4-year-old babies that did not want to die. And yet they have been killed thanks to Churchill Downs and all the people who patronize Churchill Downs. So with one last look at our beautiful activists who are here to voice for the horses, we are going to take a look at a special horse called Barbaro. Now let me shift this to myself. I am walking into Churchill Downs towards the statue in front, which is in memory of a horse called Barbaro. And I'll tell you a little bit about Barbaro. You can look it up. So Barbaro's statue, this is basically one more victim that we have done this vigil for. As you can see from the stone that says April 29, 2003 to January 29, 2007, Barbaro had a very extensive winning streak, but Barbaro had a shattered leg. This is exactly as described by Kentucky Museum's website, a shattered leg. He struggled with it for a year and battled multiple infections, and then he died in 2007. Again, 3- to 4-year-old horses getting killed left and right just for people's entertainment. This is horse racing, and you need to be a part of the generation that ends horse racing. Please, please speak up. Tell your friends, family, relatives not to support horse racing. And please speak up. Attend vigils. Join your local animal rights group. Join Horse Racing Wrongs. And attend protests. Attend vigils. This industry needs to end. So thank you to everyone who participated in watching our live streaming of our vigil. So on behalf of all our activists, more power to each and every one of you activists out there and people who are fighting actively to ban all forms of animal cruelty and for being vegan to begin with. Thank you, everyone. And please check out Horse Racing Wrongs' website for more information. Bye.